How about them Marvel TV characters in Infinity War, Mitch? You want that?
Eh, I'm indifferent.
Yeah, well, you can't have it apparently, so take it.
It's a fantastic "I told you so" moment.
Yep.
Like, oh, vindicate. But yeah, they were never gonna be in there anyway.
No.
Let's be honest. Like, sure, everyone wanted it. It was never gonna
I
happen. Ever.
In my heart, I always wanted to see Tony Stark be like in the middle of New York. He's just like, hey, pulls up a thing, and Matt Murdock's on the phone. He's like, look, I need you to suit up and just take care of some of these forces, and that's it, you know, or like calls up Luke Cage or someone. But realistically, eh.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, sure, that's literally what he did for Spider-Man.
Yep.
But that worked because of the context of Civil War.
Yeah.
You couldn't just do that in Infinity War.
No.
I'd be like, oh look, we're on Titan, by the way. We need you here now.
Yeah.
I want this blind lawyer guy in a red mask to come help me out with his sticks.
That's also the thing. Compare the number of people that see the Marvel movie and buy them, like the Avengers movies and Civil War, to the people that view Daredevil. Suddenly, if you have a 3-minute scene where Tony Stark has to explain to the people who Daredevil is and how he knows him and what's happening behind the scenes, then you're just going to automatically, the same people that are going, I want Daredevil, or this movie's terrible, are going to go, oh, so now Marvel needs a plot dump exposition to just shoehorn a character in. So, like, you can't win with this, and if you can't fit it in good, just don't use it. Like,
so it's like, I mean, sure, you'll probably get a TV movie crossover at some point that people want, but the logistics of it are crazy. Like, you've got to go through an entire different bunch of contracts, entire different people just to get them there. Spider-Man was introduced literally in that one movie. They'd have to do that again for how many characters? That's like a third of your movie taken up just introducing the characters.
Yeah.
And people will just complain that you're not doing Infinity War right.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, let's be realistic about it.
Yeah, you have to be realistic about this. And, like, the reason, let's say, Avengers Infinity War or Avengers 4, right? The reason you could bring back Coulson is because people know him in the movie, and you could explain his death being like, yeah, some weird stuff happened, and let me not tell you. And people are like, all right, well, we've seen weird stuff happen. People coming back, entering magics in this world. So, okay, we'll buy it. They don't have to dump you with exposition, and you've seen this character in a previous movies. If it's a character you've never seen previously in the movies, you have to set this character up. That's what, because you have to assume nobody's seen it,
Yeah, especially ones that have so much baggage with them.
Oh my God.
Not in a negative way.
Yeah.
But, their relationship to the Avengers and everything, like, it doesn't. There's not enough time in the movie, especially when it's 2.5 hours long, to set everything up. Yeah. And why would they go help Stark?
Yep.
Just out of the blue. Oh, okay. I mean, sure, yes, they're Thanos, they're heroes, but Jessica Jones isn't going to do anything. Right. Why would you want this Danny Rand in the MCU movies? And he's just going to spend half hour telling you who he is.
I am an immortal. Oh my God, shut up. We're trying to fight this god from another planet. It's like, all right, well, let me give you my exposition dump of my plane crashing. And that's the thing, like, and you'd have to logistically then think about the characters and their mindset, right? So suddenly, let's say hypothetically, the Defenders show up in Infinity War or Avengers 4, right? Then you have to run with the logic of, okay, so now all these characters are going to be mad, being like, hey, Tony, how come you don't bother to check right underneath your golden tower you had, where literally there was crime running rampant and people are being abused and raped and stuff, but you're too high and mighty to take care of this, so why should we help you? You have to bring in the politics of the universe then, because that's what the TV shows are about. So... And you can't just like have Daredevil show up in a bright red suit being like, all right, guys, let's do this, cracking jokes, because this dude gets stabbed in the ribs every other episode and is put out for 2 episodes because he's terrible at it. So, like, you'd have to explain all that. You can't just invent a completely new character. It's like, it would just be a nightmare. It would be a nightmare.
You got Jessica and Luke fucking every 6 seconds. It's like, it's what we do.
Well, it's like, that's what they do. And it's like, when people were talking about, they should just make the CW shows part of the movie universe. Sure, for the 1.3 million people that watch the CW show, as opposed to the 20 million people that are going to go see Justice League this weekend. Right, let's bring in these characters that nobody knows. Like, it's too much. That's what it is. It's too much.
Yeah, definitely is.
And I think, like you said, there's going to be a made-for-TV movie that unites some of these characters, and that's probably going to happen on the Disney streaming service.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Much easier to arrange
Plus,
everything.
Loeb's teasing something to do with like the Coulson Captain America resolution, like wrapping that bit up. So maybe there's something going to happen on Shield. I'm not going to get hopes up for it, but maybe they do something. Yeah, it was always a pipe dream, and people always got mad about it. But like, why get mad about something you know was never going to happen?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't need to cross over to be connected. It doesn't have to work like that. Yes, the comics work like that, but they can work like that. That's literally what comics are there for.
And that's like the thing, when you think about the comics are different, the movies are different. And recently, Jeff Loeb has been teasing, like you said, but he's also teased the Runaways and Cloak and Dagger are probably going to get a crossover. And they've already very much established a TV division that runs the Runaways and Defenders is the same ones that run the Netflix shows. So they've even hinted at, you might even see a little crossover here or there. So it's like, all right, I'll take that, because that's easier to arrange and it makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, plus those two, they literally shared the story together.
Yep.
Like the Runaways' first story had Cloak and Dagger in it halfway through. So.
Yeah, it did. So that's the thing. I mean, I'm not mad that we're not getting them because in my heart I wanted it, but I always knew it was a far cry from happening just because of the logistical nightmare. This
is why I always say don't expect anything.
Yeah.
You can't get disappointed at the lack of these characters because you weren't expecting it. If you expect it, you're gonna get mad.
That's the thing. When every other confirmed theory tells you that Snoke is Darth Plagueis, and then you go into the movie expecting Darth Plagueis and you don't get it, it's not the movie's like. You can't give the movie a 3 out of 10 because it's not what every rumor suggested, right? Like, and this, I think people hype themselves up too much on it. They're like, well, you guys also hype us up on your podcast. I'm like, but listen to what we're telling you. We're telling you to tamper your expectations and go in with an open mind, knowing that just because there's a rumor doesn't make it confirmed, even if it's a big-time scooper or someone that's telling you, right? Like, that's how it is. You have to understand the logistics behind these things, so...
Judge the movie for what it is, not what you wanted.
Right.
Because they're two vastly different things.
Oh, God, yeah.
And especially, Infinity War's going to come out, it's going to happen, no one's going to mention the Defenders or the Runaways or Cloak and Dagger or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. about the movie at all.
Yeah.
So, they're not going to have an impact, whether they're there or not, so... And plus, how many characters have they got? Why would you want more on screen?
Yeah.
It's going to be I was going to say shit show then, but it's just going to be... It's going to be no space for a background. It's just going to be all people.
And, people are going to go back to, it's like, okay, well, the Lego set shows, like, Daredevil on the newspaper. I could honestly just see that, like, when they're setting up on the street and the invasion is going on. Maybe Doctor Strange is like, hey, isn't there some more help in New York? And Tony, looks at a newspaper, he goes... nah, the blind guy is dead or something. Like, they could make a little joking line about it, just like when, what was it, Ant-Man, where Falcon is like, we got a guy that flies, we got a guy that swings. Yeah. It's like, they could just do that type of thing, and that would make sense to me. But you don't need to be like, hey, look, they point at a newspaper, and he goes, boy, that dude's a real daredevil, and, like, Matt Murdock is dead, It's like, no, like, we don't need to Gotham this.
Like, if they had little Easter eggs alluding to them, fine.
Mm-hmm.
People will eat that up anyway. But
yeah,
you don't need Jessica Jones in a Doctor Strange movie at all. Or, I mean, sure, it would be nice to have like Daredevil and Spider-Man, but these two versions of them would not mesh.
No, not at all. Not one bit.
I'd like to see those two come together in this context, but I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
Unless Peter's older, then I think you could maybe get away with that then.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Yeah, it would certainly be weird. So, I mean, we'll talk more about all of this, obviously, more. But, yeah, don't expect these characters to show up. Just don't. And if they, for some reason, do, then rejoice, I guess.
I'll say if they do, great. Fantastic. What a surprise. Yeah. But just don't expect them to show up.